Welcome back. Welcome back. It's your host, Delano, on the FanWide Podcast. Hey, this is your trusted voice for watching and Mystic content. I got to bring it to you whether if I'm in the studio or if I'm out and about. So as you can see, I'm out and about. It's dark. It's late. But hey, we got to go ahead and run through what's popping with our Washington Mystics, right? You know, this game didn't go in our favor, right? We was the second game of a back-to-back. So, it's just one of those things. Things just didn't go according to plan today. So, you know, we wish we would have got the victory. It started out good. It started out looking like it was going in our favor, but things didn't go in our favor. And what I really believe happened, because we had a back-to-back game and we put up so much effort in last night's victory against the Seattle Storm, that we just ran out of gas tonight. That's just what happened. That is what it is, right? So the score was Phoenix 88-72 with the Washington Mystics. You know, um, Shakira Austin is our rock. She's our heartbeat of the squad, and she demonstrated it tonight with 20 points, 8 rebounds, along with uh, 2 blocks. She's been getting some devastating blocks over these last couple games, so it was good to see her do her thing, right? Additionally, let's see here. She shot okay from the field. Could be a little bit better, but it's definitely good. 8 for 18, 4-6 from the free throw line. So Shakira Austin has been our rock. She has been the go-to. Um, if she can just fine tune a few things in her game, she's gonna be elite. Because she's been healthy all year. She's been playing like, hey, red hair on fire all season. So, you know, we just didn't have enough in the tank today. Um, Sonya Citron had 13 points, and she shot her free throws exceptionally well. And Sugg Sutton only had 4 points, but she didn't have the greatest shooting game, but she ran the team how it should have been ran, right? So she had the ball on a string. She orchestrated the offense, but we just didn't have enough offense, right? So now let's talk about one of our key players that I believe should have had a more of a dynamic impact on the game. That will be Brittany Sykes. One thing I've said all year, is that if Brittany doesn't get it going, we have a hard chance to win a game. A hard chance. So Brittany didn't score any points in this game. And, she wasn't aggressive. She missed all 6 shots. So the one thing, a key to any victory for our Washington Mystics is Brittany Sykes being aggressive and making and hitting shots. So that didn't occur, right? Then Kiki Irfin had 6 points, 10 rebounds. So she was hitting the boards, but she wasn't making critical, easy layups. She missed about probably 3 layups. That's a double-double right there. So if we had better production, I think this game would have been a lot closer. We may not have got the victory, but it would have been a lot closer. It would have been more competitive. So now let's talk about the Phoenix Mercury. Alyssa Thomas had a heck of a game. 27 points, 11 rebounds, 8 assists, almost a triple-double. She couldn't be stopped. even though we played good defense on her in the post, but with her being a dynamic big where she can facilitate, orchestrate, and get it to the right people at the right time, hey, it was just one of those days. Just one of those things. All right. So Santu Sabali ended up with 15 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, and yeah, those were the keys to the game. Those were the key players. And Kalia Copper didn't add as much value to the game than I thought she would point-wise. She ended with 6 points. There were some different things going on in the game. People were getting kicked out of the game. It was a lot going on in the game. But we ran out of gas. We had an opportunity to say, hey, we're going to get this victory. We're going to do our thing. But it wasn't our day. It just wasn't our day. So let's see here. So when it comes to our Washington Mystics, if Brittany Sykes is not aggressive, if Brittany Sykes is not hitting her points and making a defense have to account for her, yeah. Then also, let me talk about the refs. The refs have been traditionally bad this season. Everybody knows this, right? The refs were bad in this game too. Brittany Sykes got hit in the face. She already got a shiner because she got hit in the face 2 games ago, right? So she got a shiner, and it looked like they was trying to give her another one, or at least make that one bigger, or whatever. But it wasn't intentional. It wasn't intentional. It was just, how things happen. Body parts be flying, you get hit in the face. It happens, right? It wasn't intentional. I believe it was DeWanna Bonham may have caught her, but it was just one of those things where it's like, yo, you gotta call a foul directly. You see how close the steering wheel is to my face? That's how close it looked like the ref was to Brittany Sykes, and the ref didn't call nothing. So Brittany Sykes had a reaction. It didn't appear that she said anything derogatory. It didn't appear that she said anything foul. But guess what the ref did? Teed her up. Absolutely insane. Craziness. You saw she got hit in the face. You got called out, and you want to act like a sucker. For real. So the ref took it upon himself to put himself in the game. Instead of calling the right play at the right time, guess what? He didn't. So if this was the Breakfast Club, he would get the donkey of the day. But, it is what it is, right? So the Washington Mystics, again, we lost 69. Well, actually, hold on. I'm sorry. We lost 88-72, right? So let's talk about what we always talk about, the team stats, because that always tells you the tape of who and how a team won, right? All right, so the Mercury had a better field goal percentage than the Mystics. The Mercury shot 51% from the field to the Mystics 38%, right? Then let's talk about 3-pointers. We hit the same amount of 3-pointers. We both hit 5 3-pointers, but the Mystics had a better percentage for the 3-pointers. So we shot 31% to the Mercury's 23%. And let's talk about free throws. Since we've been back from this break, we have been shooting good free throws. That has been our problem. One of our problems this season, free throws. And we were able to get free throws. So I'm loving it. So we shot 86% from the free throw line. The Mercury shot better. They shot 92%. But hey, I'm happy that we were able to get 86%. because we've been shooting like 30, 20, all kind of foolishness. So whatever we're doing, whatever has sparked the change in free throws, continue to do it. Continue to do it. All right. Let's see here. Give me a second. As you can see, I am not in the studio. All right. So let's talk about rebounds. Initially, we were killing on rebounds. We were doing good. But then, over the course of the game, things changed. They actually beat us in rebounds. That should never happen with our big women. One of our keys to victories, one of our greatest attributes is our rebounding. And for the Phoenix Mercury to beat us in rebounding, but even if it's one, which it was 33-32, it's not good. It shouldn't occur. We got too many dynamic bigs that can rebound the ball at high clips. Even though we were without Aaliyah Edwards again, due to a wrist injury, we still had enough to get it done. The Phoenix Mercury beat us in assists. So they pretty much beat us in everything. They beat us in assists. They beat us in steals. Beat us in blocks. They won a turnover battle. They got more fast break points. They got more points in the paint, which never happens to us. But again, this is a second game. This is a back-to-back. Our team ran out of gas. I still don't like it that this occurred, but I understand why. We just wish it didn't happen, right? But it is what it is. All right, so the largest lead by the Phoenix Mercury was 17 points. Great. Our largest lead was 6 points, and since we lost, that's neither here nor there. It doesn't even matter. But I'm happy that we were able to sustain the fight that we gave. We didn't give up. We kept fighting. That was one thing that Coach City Johnson was preaching, was like, hey, if we keep fighting, we got a chance to get this game. So it looked like they had some momentum to get back into it. They just ran out of steam. They ran out of gas. Back-to-backs, these WNBA teams, schedule is crazy. They're playing every other day for the most part for the entire season. That's rough. You got to have opportunity to get some rest. You got to get some opportunity to get your treatment so that you can be A-OK and avoid injuries, right? I think that's why a lot of these injuries are occurring in the WNBA, is because teams are, the schedule is beating players up, right? They're already playing all year round. They're already doing it. So it's difficult for these players from every team to be able to maintain health. So, going forward, with the addition of new teams, with the addition of additional games, or at least stretching the season out, hopefully we don't run into this issue in further seasons, right? Because we want our players to play. It ain't no good if everybody hurt. That's bad for business. That's bad for everybody. Bad for the fans, bad for the players, bad for the teams, bad for the sponsors, bad for everybody. All right. So, again, this was a home game at Care First Arena. And, the Mystics are now 12-13. And the Phoenix Mercury is 16-9, right? So, they the hot team. They came into town. They had our number today. So we'll see what happens next time. So we actually will be playing the Chicago Sky on Tuesday. That's another home game. We will be in the building. The FanWire podcast, your trusted voice for Washington Mystic content, will be in the building. So make sure you're available because you never know what we might have in store for you all on Tuesday. All right. So we get an opportunity to get our leg back, to get our win back against Phoenix Mercury on September the 4th. So the Phoenix Mercury are leading our series 2-0. And yeah, we're going to see how this goes. So again, this is your host, Delano of the FanWire podcast. We thank everybody for tuning in. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Make sure that you like the video, share it. If you're following us on social media, you can do that on various platforms like Instagram, X/Twitter, Facebook, and we're actually adding something new. We are going to be broadcasting on Twitch as well, right? We even started a TikTok, so we're gonna see how all this stuff goes. So we trying to expand our reach, right? So tap in with us, lock in with us. So again, one more time, this is your host Delano. We thank you for tuning in, and yeah, we be right back at you with some more Washington Mystics content because guess what? We your trusted voice when it comes to Washington Mystics. So again, we appreciate you. We out of here. Gone.